I know some people that you happy about and they ain't even that good to you. You love when they walk through the door, but they're not even that good to you. God said, I'm great to you. So when it's time for you to show back love to me, you're not excited, but I get it. I would love to see people who giving me something excited to give it to me.
Come to heal, help and restore.
He says, God is not mocked. By your behavior, you can mock God, but the scripture is letting you know God won't allow himself to be mocked by you. So that means in order for God not to be mocked by you, God is going to step in, and then what this scripture presents is a law that God has instituted in the world, not you. So the law that God has instituted in the world keeps him from being made fun of. The word mock is to be talked about, made fun of. God said, you won't make a fool out of me and you won't make fun of me, so I'm going to institute a law in the world that keeps me from being talked about. God, what is the law? God is not mocked. Semicolon. Y'all see that? I did good in English. Semicolon. For whatsoever a man, now this is a God law. This is not your law. Whatsoever a man sows, God structured it saying the law that he puts in the world is this, to keep himself from being mocked. I'm going to connect your input to be the same as your output. So if you put a little bit in, I'm going to make sure that you what? Now I need you to understand something. This law restricts God. Now God is all powerful, but when God creates a law, he binds himself to the law. So because he binds himself to the law, God may want to give you this much, but he can't. And the reason why God can't give you this much is because you only gave and put a little bit in. So because you only put a little bit in, God matches you so that he won't be mocked and look like a fool. You know what that feeling of a fool or being made fun of or feeling stupid? I put 110 in and you only gave me 30. And you got me out here looking like a fool because I gave 110 and you only gave 30. If we continue like this, you're going to drain the relationship. God put the law in place so that he won't be mocked. It ain't even about you. It's about him. You won't make a fool of me. What if you operated like that in all of your relationships? Think about the wisdom in it. If you're going into business, say, hey, let's go into business. Well, how much is it going to cost to start the business? It's going to start $100K to start the business. And then you say, okay, well, hey, you want to be partners? They say, yeah, let's be partners. I said, okay, well, next Friday we can go to the office, we can get everything finalized, we can get everything certified and official. I'm gonna put 50K in, you put 50K in. You show up on that Friday, you got your 50K, and they got their $175. They say, hey, listen, the little things came up, but hey, can you cover the rest? What does wisdom tell you to do? The reason why we have to withdraw is because if I give too much, I'm gonna kill the relationship. What happens when it rains too much in one place? It can kill everything there. So at some point, the sun has to come out. If it only rains, then what? Certain things can't live there. What happens when a place, it never rains? You can die by the water. You can also die by the sun. But when they work together, and the sun gives a little, and then the water says, well, can I give a little? And then the water gives, and then the sun says, well, let me get back in here, let me give a little bit, and then the rain give a little bit. And what happens to the land? It grows. It grows. But whenever you got too much of one thing, so God set this law, even in his word, and said, hey, listen, if you don't sow, or if what you sow is little, then you're going to get a little bit. Then I get this. It doesn't matter how long I teach. The effort you put in to learn is what you're going to get out. That's why the person you sitting next to can get 10 times more from this lesson than you, because, or depending on who you're sitting next to, because if your expectation is, I'm only just gonna get a little bit, like I'm not really here, I'm just, are you distracted or whatever. If your whole self is not here, it doesn't matter about how much I'm willing to give. It doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter how many scriptures we go to, it doesn't matter how many we share. If I don't put a lot in, then you can't receive a lot. But that statistic, how that laid out, I'm gonna end up suffering. Because I'm not putting anything in, right? And because I'm not putting anything in, God won't bless anything coming back. But that also goes the same for you. Whenever I want to change the stats of my environment, I need to look first at my input. Now, sometimes there are some things that you give yourself to, it doesn't even possess the things that you need to give back. Never ask for orange juice from a cow. And you can plead with the cow, you can feed the cow, you're doing all, but you know what you're doing? You're asking for something that can't give you what you need back. Here's where a lot of people mess up and they get into trouble. I can be a giver to you. And you're always thankful. And you may even pour back into. I can take the same energy that I brought to you and I can bring it to him. And everybody's talking about me and saying that I'm an enabler. And I don't get it. I come back to you and give you the same energy. And I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm a good man, I'm all these wonderful things. Same energy, and I bring it to him. And why are you spoiling him? Why are you enabling him? You need to stop all that. You just gonna keep getting hurt. How am I gonna keep getting? I'm the same person, and what I did over here, what you don't realize is the same thing that I'm doing over here. Some people say, well, I just like being kind. And you be kind to this person, you be kind to this person. But when you're kind to that person, you keep getting hurt. Because it's the lack of wisdom to realize he is not you. And so remember I said love is educated? I need to get to know who he is. You can love another person like the person. Like, I want to love in a certain type of way, and I don't care who you are. That's not wise. You have to love people, not the person in your head. Somebody says, I'm a giver, and you just want to give, and you don't care about who you're giving to, but the person that you're giving to is a selfish person. So when you get low, don't get mad when the person that you've been going all out for doesn't give back to you. And now you're walking around hurt realizing that person's capacity to receive everything, they've been overflowing with your love. They've been drowning in all of your, matter of fact, with you, they hit the jackpot. So here's what and you have other people that are envious and say, man, I wish I had a friend like that. Because your friend, they do this for you and they do that for you. And this person, they do this for you and they do that and bought you these and they bought you all of this and they got you all that. And somebody said, hey, I'm just a giver. I just want to let you know. I know it ain't your birthday and I got you a new car. I just wanted to do something real nice for you. And for 2 weeks, we go on a vacation, and I'm going to do this for you. And, you have people who are angry. People on the outside will be angry with saying, what did you do to get a person to do all of that? So here's what happened. You only need your heart broken about one time. Just a good one. Yeah. For that pipeline to get cut off. And you say, I'm putting a filter on my love from now on. And now, you know what you end up doing? You only sow a little bit. But then you come in contact with the law. You only sowed a little bit. And now you're only getting a little bit back. But the only reason that you're giving a little bit is because you're heartbroken. Because you said to yourself, I'm not going all in like I did the first time. Now I'm just going to give a little bit. But now the law that God has placed has hit you. You sowing little, but you expecting great return. But you got all this storehouse that God has blessed you with. And you're saying, oh, but God, I have a lot that I can give. But I wanna see a lot first before I give again. And God said, the law don't work that way. Well, God, I'm scared if I open up the floodgates and let it all out again, because, and really what we're lacking is just wisdom. I use an example all the time. You don't give the keys to a Ferrari to a 3-year-old, to a 7-year-old. One will flush it down, and the other one is just going to cause a wreck, right? You got to learn to love people with all of you on their level. And because you have not learned how to love people, you know what you want to do? Because you're hard-headed, and we don't want to put that much thought into it. And I just want to love everybody just the way that I want to love, because that's what I want to do. And you need to ask for wisdom. No, she can't handle all of me. He a good friend, but I'm gonna have to, because he's undisciplined, so I'm gonna have to, I can give a lot to him, but I can't give everything to him. So you can still give a lot without giving everything. Some of you open everything and open up all that and give access to everything, and you suffocate the person who can't handle it. So then you say, okay, I'm not going to do that again, and then you're closed up trying to have a relationship with God. Trying to give a little bit. You don't trust nobody. I don't trust the church. I don't trust church people. I don't trust women. I don't trust men. I don't trust dogs and cats. I don't trust nothing. Even when I feed the fish, I don't even feed. I feed the fish just a little bit, because I don't even trust the fish, because you don't trust nothing. And you know why? Because there's pain, and then you end up suffering from the law of not giving enough. Sometimes you put your heart into something, and sometimes we don't recover from failure too well. So, and not to feel failure again, you don't go all out on the next time. You always holding a little bit back, because it's not about people. You don't trust God to help you through. You say you holding back because of people, but really you don't have enough faith in God. If I have enough faith in God, I can recover from anything you do to me. But if I let you prohibit me, then it's an indictment on my relationship with God. When God says, I got you, we say, can't hear that right now. I'll take care of myself and I'll hold back based upon what I see. So you're not following the voice of God, you're following your eyesight, and if it looks good, then you'll give a little bit more. But if it don't look good, you'll pull back. And God says, okay, I got you. You living by sight, not by faith. Your whole life is by sight and not by faith, and you don't really trust me with that person. Well, I'm just trying to protect myself from that person. You don't have to protect yourself from that. I'll protect you from that person. And in spite of what that person does, I can still, matter of fact, by this time next year, I'll bring that same person to your table as I'm preparing for you. So that they can see that whatever they try to do to hurt you, still the weapon that was formed was not victorious, and I'll still make you an overcomer and give you the victory. Trust me more than the person that you see in your face. I understand why God put giving in worship, because giving is about reciprocity. By the time you give, you are indicating you've already received. What happens when a Christian never gives? Now, I know you received, because what father does not give to his children? What real father does not give to his children? So if God is a good father, you've already received life, health, or whatever he's blessed you to receive. So any Christian that does not give is an indication that, are you saying that you didn't give because you didn't receive? Whenever God requires something from you, it's because he already gave to you. A parent never asks anything from a child that the parent doesn't already know that you possess. So when they say, hey, go to your room and get me a shirt, what if the child come back and say, I don't have a shirt, I don't own a shirt? Wait a minute. Do you know what I'm gonna ask you the next question? What did you do with the shirt I bought you? Right? What did you, hey, I need you to go up there and go get I don't have any. You don't have any. But I know when a giver knows that they've given, they get confused while they're not receiving, because I know I gave. So something's broken when you don't give back what I've already given you. Something's wrong. I don't care what you say. You cannot convince me and lie to me that everything is good and perfect. Something is broken if you put your quarter in a machine and you hit Sprite and nothing if nothing comes out, the next thing you start doing after 30 seconds is you start kicking the machine. Why? Because I know I just put something in. And what I put in, I'm expecting something out. The hurt that we feel sometimes is, I know what I put in and I'm not getting something out. The wisdom kicks in is, I won't keep doing this. It doesn't stop me from being a giver. It just changes where I give. Sometimes where you give is the devil's vending machine. And if it's the devil's vending machine, it always takes your money. There are some vending machines that when you put in, they give you 2 Cokes. They give you look around, they give you, but here's the problem with that. When you put in a little bit and you get out more, you end up telling other people, use this machine. That's what some people say about you. Oh, call her. No, call him. Call him. No. I'm gonna tell you the one you need to go to, because they're gonna say no. This person gonna say no, but this one, they'll do that and more. And you know what you'll end up saying? People are always taking advantage of me, because when they put a lid, you You spoil dishonorable people who cannot handle all of your love. Right? They can't, it's too much. Oh, you're too nice. There are some people that you can say, hey, come on in, make yourself home. There's some people you can tell that to. There are other people when you say, hey, come on in, sit right there. Yeah, sit right there. We'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, if you need anything, let me know, but we'll be with you in a minute. Just have a seat right there. You're still kind to both people, but you realize you can't tell everybody, make yourself at home. Because they start taking stuff off, and then they say, hey, man, what? They start going upstairs and starting going around, and they come out wearing your pajamas, and they laying out on the couch, and you were saying, you're taking advantage of me, and God says, I'm not going to be mocked. My giving, which is awesome, God's giving is awesome. My giving is going to be connected to your heart. Don't give needing it back. Some people will love and love you on credit. It's dangerous to love somebody on credit, which means what I'm doing for you, I not only need it back, but I need it back with. And you know what you say? I didn't need it in the first place if you were just going to take it back and more, right? So this is not a giving relationship where we're pouring into each other. I'm realizing whatever I take from you, I'm going to pay for it later and get monthly bills about it. There's some people, you better be very careful what you take from them, because until you pay them back, you will be a slave to them. There are some people who don't want you to pay it back because they're takers. So they'll give that one time and they want to drain you for the next 2-3 years on that one time they really came through for you. And they remind you, I was there for you when nobody, but I think you only sought that as an opportunity to hook me. Your love got a hook in it. You know what healthy love is and healthy giving is? What I'm giving to you, I really don't need it back. The time, the energy, the whatever that I'm giving, I'm not going to throw that back in your face and make you pay that back. That is an abusive relationship. It can turn into an emotionally, mentally, psychologically, it can be, all of that can be abusive. Because I'm making you pay for my kindness. And I need you to give more. And if you get empty, guess what happens? I may give you a little bit more, but now your interest and your debt has just increased. And you can't ever be free. You can't ever be free. Matter of fact, that's natural. You know what would bother me? If I walked into a surprise party, which would be a surprise. But if I walked into a surprise party and everybody in there is frowning and mean mugging me, and half the room even looking at me. Happy birthday to you. Some people not even singing. Happy birthday. Some people on their phone. To you. Happy. Some people talking about other stuff. Happy birthday. So anyway, what y'all doing? What you doing after this? You going after this? And I'm looking around in the room. Why y'all even come? Let me put it another way. I can imagine how God comes to worship and we singing, oh, how I love Jesus. And there's some people on their phone. Oh, how I, and some people halfway singing, how I love Jesus. Oh, like it's such a burden. Oh, it's such a burden to sing. Like the joy of your song. I don't hear any, and you're giving to me. I don't understand why you're not cheerful. Am I not good to you? I didn't bless you? Didn't I just bring you out of a storm? You prayed last month to be delivered. I brought you out. You prayed a year ago, God, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. And I put make it in your next Tuesday. I cooked your Tuesday. I cooked your Tuesday and I put make it in it. I put season all and make it in it. And guess what? You woke up on that Tuesday, didn't know how you was gonna make it, and you tasted it all through the day. This tastes like make it. This tastes like make it. And I've been good to you. I blessed you, and you ain't cheerful.
Calling to heal, help and restore.